Okay, let's do number 5 from exam 2. Differentiate each of the following. Do not simplify. Okay, so it looks like we have an outside function, cosine, and then an inside function. So we're going to start off doing the chain rule. So f prime, when you differentiate cosine, we'll get negative sine, and you have to leave the inside alone, because that's how the chain rule works. But then you'd have to multiply by the derivative of the inside. Now when differentiating the inside, we have a product rule. So let's rewrite all this again. So negative sine, none of this changes because we've already done this part. Times the derivative. Okay, so product rule. So we got the first times the derivative of sine, which is cosine, plus sine times the derivative of x to the 2/3. So that will be 2/3 x, and then subtract 1 off the exponent, which is negative 1/3. Since I'm asking you not to simplify, this is all I wanted you to do. Alright, so that's the answer to 5a. Let's move on to 5b. Or, sorry, 6. Alright, I think the numbering is off. So I think I have this numbered as 6b. Okay. Now this is a power of sine. Any power of a trig function you should rewrite because sine cubed is actually this. Okay. So you can see that when you differentiate this, you have an outside function which is something cubed. Okay, so you gotta please remember that and do this. So rewrite it. So we're gonna bring down the 3, leave the inside alone, which is sine 5x to the 4. Then you have to multiply by the derivative of the inside. So we got to multiply by the derivative of sine 5x to the 4. Alright, so rewrite this. Derivative of sine is cosine. It's another chain rule. So that's going to be cosine. You leave its inside alone, but then you got to multiply by the derivative of the inside. Last step, so rewrite all of this again. Cosine 5x to the 4th, and then multiply by the derivative of 5x to the 4th, which is 20x cubed. Alright, you can clean this up by multiplying the 20 and 3 to get 60. You can bring the x cubed up front too. But again, I'm asking you not to simplify, so we can stop here. Move on to part C. Alright, so this is going to be a quotient rule. So quotient. Alright, differentiate. So we got the rule, which is bottom, low. So low. D high, derivative of the top. The derivative of the top is 6x squared minus 5 minus, so low, d high, minus high, the top, minus the derivative of the bottom. The derivative of the bottom, 4/3 x to the 1/3 plus 1. And you're going to divide all of that by the bottom squared. And that's using the quotient rule to differentiate this. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and do part B. Okay, notice that I have right here, this, because the way we can differentiate, I mean, you got to remember that we can differentiate trig functions and we can differentiate anything of this form, which means you would bring down the exponent and then you would subtract 1 off the exponent. Now this isn't written in that way, so I would recommend before differentiating to rewrite all of these as your x to a power. That way you can follow this rule up here a lot better. Alright, and then the rest of this stuff is okay. 25 fifth, 25x to the fifth, 3x cubed. Okay, so let's differentiate the first term. I'm going to subtract, or bring down the 1/2, and then subtract 1 off. So that's negative 3/2. Okay. We're going to bring down the negative 5, which will make positive 5. Subtract 1 off the exponent. You're going to bring down the 5. There you go. Which will be 125. X to the 4th. Subtract 1 off the exponent. Bring down the 3. Make negative 9. X squared. Bring down the 1/3. 1/3 times 12 is 4. X. Subtract 1 off the exponent. Derivative of negative 4x is negative 4. And the derivative of a constant is 0. So, I mean, you can put the plus 0 if you want. It's not necessary, though. Alright, and then if you want, you can clean this up. But again, since I'm asking you not to simplify, this would be your final answer. And I don't think there's any other parts to this problem. Let me just double check. Nope, that is it.